Snow fell silently over the valley, covering the land like a white blanket that hid both beauty and danger. The mountains stood tall and cold, and the forest beyond the ranch slept under ice and shadow. Winter had arrived early that year, harsher than anyone expected. Inside the old wooden barn, warmth struggled to survive. Hay lay scattered across the floor, golden against the dark wood. Horses stood quietly in their stalls, breathing slow clouds of steam into the cold air. The barn doors were open just enough to let in pale daylight, and beyond them, snow-covered trees waited like silent witnesses. On the hay lay a young woman. Her name was Elena. She was weak, her body tired from days of walking through snow and fear. Her white dress was simple and worn, not made for winter, and her bare feet were red from cold. She lay back against a pile of hay, breathing slowly, trying to stay awake. Her dark hair framed her pale face, and her eyes followed the man kneeling beside her. His name was Caleb. Caleb was a rancher, known in the valley as a quiet man who spoke little and trusted even less. He had lived alone since the fire took his family years ago. People said he was cold like the mountains. Others said he had no heart left. They were wrong. Caleb knelt in the hay, one knee on the ground, his strong arms resting lightly as he watched Elena with concern. He had removed his coat earlier and placed it over her shoulders, though she still shivered. "You need to stay awake," he said softly. His voice was calm, steady, like a man used to surviving storms. Elena nodded slightly. "I'm trying." She had collapsed near the barn at dawn. Caleb had been feeding the horses when he heard a sound. Soft, broken, almost lost in the wind. When he opened the door, he saw her fall into the snow. He had carried her inside without asking questions. Now, as the fire crackled faintly in the corner, and the horses shifted in their stalls, silence filled the space between them. "Why were you out there?" Caleb asked. Elena swallowed. Her throat was dry, her voice weak. "I was running." "From what?" She hesitated. "From people who didn't want me alive." Caleb didn't press her. He had learned long ago that fear spoke better when given time. Outside, the wind howled, rattling the barn walls. The storm was growing stronger. Elena tried to sit up but winced in pain. "Don't move," Caleb said gently. "You've got frostbite starting on your feet." Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't think I'd survive." "You did," he replied. "That's what matters." Elena had once lived in the town beyond the ridge, a place that smiled on the surface but hid cruelty beneath. She had worked there as a helper for a wealthy family. Trusted until something went missing. Gold. They blamed her without proof. No one listened when she spoke. No one believed her tears. When she tried to leave, they followed. So she ran. Through forests, across frozen